Guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. So, I started reading about this YouTuber who I actually never heard of, but of course I don't also follow parent, most of these family channels. But she and her husband had a very big YouTube channel that was closed down not long ago, and apparently her parenting style is highly controversial. And I've already started finding some clips, and I'm going to show some of them as well. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I feel like that this mom and pretty much the dad here are, especially mom Ruby here is trying to exploit her family for YouTube fame and or whatever that may be. But for those that are not familiar with who she is, Ruby Franke is a Mormon mother of 6 from Utah. She and her husband, Kevin Franke, ran a YouTube channel called 8 Passengers, which was about life with their 6 children, who currently range in age from 10 to 20 years old. At the peak of the channel's popularity, the family had more than 2 million subscribers. 8 Passengers garnered controversy for showing the children in vulnerable moments and for what Franke called her strict parenting style. Those who spoke out against the channel said she was openly abusing her kids. The channel was removed from YouTube late last year or early this year. That's a little unclear. After the channel was removed from YouTube, Franke began a new venture with business partner Jodi Hildenbrandt, which is called Connections Classroom. That channel focused on mental health and counseling. It has been since removed after Franke and Hildenbrandt were arrested this week. Franke's parenting style was criticized by those who said it constituted on abuse. Some instances documented on 8 Passengers included teenage son Chad being made to sleep on a beanbag for months as a punishment, and refusing to bring her 6-year-old daughter lunch at school because she forgot to pack it that morning. A number of clips circulating from 8 Passengers show Franke discussing withholding food or threatening to withhold food from her kids as a punishment. Hildenbrandt's neighbors, they called 911 after Franke's 12-year-old son climbed out of a window and ran to their house to ask for food and water. The neighbors called 911 after noticing duct tape on the child's ankles, and then he was taken to a hospital to treat lacerations from being tied up with a rope. When police went to the Hildenbrandt home, they found Franke's 10-year-old daughter, who was described as being malnourished. Franke's 2 other minor kids were located at the Franke home, and all 4 minor children were taken into custody. It's not clear why Franke and 2 of the children were staying with Hildenbrandt. Neighbors in Franke's neighborhood said they had repeatedly called the police with concerns about the kids, who they said appeared to be left alone with an adult for weeks. One neighbor told the Rolling Stone that things started to seem strange in 2022 after 8 Passengers was removed from YouTube, reporting the house had paper taped over the windows. On Friday, Franke and Hildenbrandt were each charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse. Who is Jodi Hildenbrandt? She is a licensed clinical mental health counselor who ran Connections Classroom, which advertised itself as offering mental health and addiction services. Hildenbrandt's license was put on probation for 18 months back in 2012 after she discussed a client's porn addiction with a Mormon church leaders without the client's permission. Now, what's happening with the kids? Well, they are in custody with Children and Family Services presently. It's not clear what's going to happen next. Kevin Franke, the father, who has not been arrested at this point, he hopes the kids, that's his goal, to keep the kids together. The older children, Sherry Franke, the oldest of the children who is attending Brigham Young University, spoke out against her mother on social media. The 20-year-old cut ties with her family for her mental health. According to her post, she and others had tried to alert authorities about the conditions in the family for years, but it fell on deaf ears. It's unclear where her brother, Chad Franke, Ruby's 18-year-old son, is located. So this family is definitely not a healthy one at all for these kids. Now, Chad is going to be the one behind the dad here, the taller blonde. And I believe the Sherry's at the very left here on the end photo there. So the two youngest are right there at the below. But let me play the 911 dispatch, which was found on TikTok, so we can see exactly what was going on there. They're not going to probably release the actual 911 call because that's pretty uncommon until the trials. But let's check out the 911 dispatch.
Control 12x11, all B17, all back 17.
Tampa, this is where he said a 12-year-old male showed up with tape around his legs Thursday asking for help, said he was afraid asking for police.
Copy 17.
Temper.
7 Alpha, 17 as well.
Temper.
101 to back.
Temper.
10-4, you can show me 17.
Temper, he gave the name of Russell Franke, unknown date of birth, or he did give us a date of birth, but I'm not showing any Russells and Spillman. I'll keep looking into that. The RP said he left through the porch of the neighbor's house. Four, break 12x11 and 17, just 1014. The male does have duct tape around each ankle. He's not telling the RP why, and said that there's sores around his wrists and ankles. He's becoming, or correction, the RP is becoming emotional regarding the child's health. I'm going to go ahead and have medical stage on this one.
Copy.
1X4323.
12x11, 12x4, or 17, sorry. The ERP said that he left from a neighbor's of Jodi Hildenbrandt in Ivan's 54-year-old female. Not sure if they're related. When asking the ERP's parents info, he said his mom is Ruby Franke, unknown where she lives.
Copy.
12x11, 12x17. I do have a Ruby Franke spelling with an E on the end of Franke address out of Springville. Only involvement was a traffic offense a couple of days ago.
Copy.
He's also saying that there's two of his sisters are back at the home as well.
Copy that.
Control 12x11, 23. 12x11, 12x5, will you give me a 21? 10-4. Control 6 Delta 3, will be 82 if 1-2 now.
Copy 82, 1057.
Control 12X17.
Go ahead.
Do you have an address for that, Jodi?
Tampa 8.
And 4, can you put that on the CAD, please?
Tampa. Rostina, go ahead.
Stand by.
1 Alpha, can you copy a welfare check?
1-0.
12x17, it looks like if you're at the looking out the front, go left, it's going to be your
Copy that, thank you.
RP and the Juve are going to be sitting out on the front porch. No visible weapons. The male is currently wearing a long sleeve and shorts. And medical's 23 as well.
10-4 ETA, 3 minutes. Medical's in front of me.
Control Force 28, you can assign me that custodial. I'll be 21.
28, thank you. 10-4, I'll send you Jodi 27 as well.
Copy that.
312, control 1036.
Go for it.
Up.
Control Medic 42 and you're 42 on scene.
Copy 1060.
So that 911 dispatch, it's disturbing enough, and we haven't even heard the 911 call from the neighbor calling about this poor 12-year-old kid. But can you imagine a neighbor kid comes over to you and asks for food and water, and he's got duct tape on his ankles and lacerations? Yeah, poor kids. This is a compilation part from another YouTuber with some of the worst moments from their 8 Passengers YouTube channel.
They're gonna think you're torturing him. Stop it. I know you're not, but it looks like you are. Okay, Russell. I'm only gonna say it one more time, and then you're gonna lose the privilege to eat dinner.
Very
Chad,
nutritious.
what are you doing over there?
Lose the privilege to eat dinner because they're horsing around like normal kids and boys? That's sick. That's just sick.
You no texting at the dinner table. No texting.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
I see it.
We should clarify that in our house, all our kids know that cell phones are free game for parents, so we can monitor safety.
Yeah, no kid ever said, "Yay, I'm so glad my parents read my text messages." Said no.
What is this? I really like you. Hold on.
I did not say that.
How do you work this stupid phone?
The only downside to giving your kids a flip phone is I swear I have to remember how to work it every time I go through it. Who are you texting?
No one.
A new girlfriend.
Whoa. I really like you. I saw you in my dreams last night.
I'm telling you, it's not her, it was her brother. Look, go down. She said, "I'm so sorry, that was my brother."
Did
How
she?
do I go?
I saw you in
Oh my gosh, sorry, that was my brother. What is the nature of your relationship with this individual? I mean, there's like 300 texts in here.
Do you like her, or do you just like her? She's a new friend.
That is really, really messy. I don't know.
I seen him with her, and he likes her.
Does she like you back?
Probably. No, she thinks he's annoying.
My bedroom was taken away for 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, "Russell," he's like, "What?" And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
And then I walk out.
if you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom.
This is the oldest son. He was sleeping on a beanbag because he teased his younger brother, Russell, which sounds like it's the child that was the 911 call. He's the one that escaped the other home, the friend's home. he joked with his brother that they were going to Disney. And so apparently he lost his bedroom privileges and had to sleep on a beanbag for months. I mean, what the hell?
It was not funny.
Russell got the big bedroom and Chad got the smaller bedroom. And Russell's bigger bedroom also had a bathroom. But what you guys didn't know was Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room. Abby, we took the phone away from Abby in November. And you may never get the phone back.
Probably not.
No, I have no friends.
You can play with friends.
No, like I don't have friends.
I don't have friends either.
I literally like told my friends I'm not hanging out with them anymore because they say some pretty messed up stuff.
I don't even know where they live. They're pretty far away.
So, summer goal, become the best athlete I possibly can.
If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
God, I will be so mad.
So what are you?
That is horrible. It looks like it's a favorite toy of this little kid, this little girl, and she's going to cut off the head of her favorite toy. What the hell? I mean, that's not parenting.
What are you going to do?
Are you going to cut anything else? No.
You promise? Look at Mama. I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch. I'm gonna explain the rules.
What? Her child forgot to bring her lunch to school. It happens. I remember being a kid and, I forgot to bring my lunch or, your lunch money or what have you. And she's not going to bring it to her, and she hopes that nobody else shares anything with her or gives her food, and hopes that she just goes hungry. I mean, what the hell kind of a mother is that? That is just insane.
7?
We're done.
Julie, stop. We need their homework.
So you're all like, what? I have your attention now? Mm-hmm. Is that it? You're all going to listen? If you have something in the bag that you would like out, you can pay cash for it. So you learn the value of your items. Or you can give what? Dad, I'll let you take the conversation from here.
You can do an equivalent value chore to get it back.
What's it?
And whatever isn't claimed by the end of the day goes in the garbage.
Okay, I don't know what was happening there, but apparently items were taken from her kids, and they had to pay her, or pay the parents, or do an equivalent chore to get them back, or they were going to throw them away. Now, I can maybe understand if they left stuff out and they were supposed to put it away, taking it away from them for a period of time, and having them do chores or earn them back. But to throw them away by the day's end? I mean, did you see the horror on those poor kids' faces? Yeah. And this is from CC Spill's channel. I'll include her link in the information of this video so that you can check out her channel as well. And here's a bit more. This is over an hour worth of a compilation here again from CC Spills. I'm just going to play portions of it. And again, check out her channel if you want to see more of this stuff from the now deleted 8 Passengers channel from this family.
All right, Russell, I'm ready to make your bed, okay? Let's see what we can come up with.
Okay, what do you think, Russell?
Is this bed gonna work?
Who the freak puts their child to sleep in the bathroom next to a toilet? This poor kid. No. This is horrific.
Hmm? When these kids play, they play hard.
I looked in every single room and she was
Not in any.
He partied so hard, threw up and fell asleep. Why don't you go give him a tap? You feel better? Does your tummy feel better? Why don't you guys play for about another hour or two and then we'll go have an early bedtime tonight. Official that Abby is the
Very first.
one to sleep in the sick bed in her bathroom. I guess you could throw up in the toilet, but it's in the tub. The construction crew might get mad at you. They're coming tomorrow.
Did you sleep last night?
Okay, so I guess these kids are sick. And because they're sick and they might throw up, they have to sleep in the bathroom. When I was a child and I was sick, you know what my parents did? They put a trash can liner with a liner in it, or a large bowl of some sort next to my bed. They constantly checked on me. They did not make me sleep on the floor in the bathroom. That is just screwed up.
You did? You slept good on the tile floor? Sometimes when you're sick, that's the only thing I can get you to drink. We're sick today.
Aren't you?
You are. Huh. Do you know what that number says?
I don't know.
When you're sick, Otter Pops are a better breakfast. Well, apparently we're just starting to
Fall like flies.
Julie was the next one smashed with this bug, huh? Let me get you some medicine.
No, I don't like that kind.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting, you guys. Okay. You guys have to have some cough syrup.
Cough syrup?
Why the hell is she videotaping this poor kids when they're sick? When you're sick, you don't want a freaking camera in your face and your mom thinking it is funny and entertainment for her YouTube channel. No.
Tastes like blueberry.
Can I drink it all gone? Oh, don't spit it out.
Ew! You put a ring on me!
I am not throwing a prank on you. That is not a prank.
Yeah, you did!
No.
It's not tasting like blueberries.
It's called Berry Blast flavor, and it is not a prank. You really do have to take your medicine. Now, will you please reassure Russell that I am not pulling a prank on him? He thinks the cough syrup is a prank. The morning of a trip, we like to be nice and slow and quiet.
Because we've prepared well the night before.
Because we find the kids respond better to tranquility and calmness.
Whoa. Can you imagine your mother waking you up with a bullhorn? Oh my lord, this is just... I'm amazed these kids have any sort of sense of humor here.
I'm scared to ride the roller coaster. Thank you at once for sponsoring this video.
I think the secret is having a megaphone, Kevin.
Seems to work.
The kids are gonna hate me, seriously, by the end of this trip.
That would be our car.
No wonder he's walking with a funny walk.
The look on people's faces when we get on airplanes is like classic. In every single...
You hear that?
Police are gonna come and then be like,
Whose bag is this? Heard it upstairs. That was my megaphone?
That was our suitcase.
That's how it's done. Thanks for hanging with me and not thinking I'm crazy.
Well, I think she is crazy. And again, God bless her kids for putting up with her, because apparently some of this stuff apparently is not as bad, but any family, parent or parents that make their child do things for social media consistently like this, especially when they don't want to, it's just sick. It's sick. I'm going to wrap up the video with, this is a piece from local news, KUTV2 in Salt Lake City, Utah, talking a bit about what is next in this particular case. And it's, I'm hoping that these kids don't have to testify at a trial.
So as of right now, just the two women have been arrested, and they are being held right now with no bail. Here are the court records. These are the only records that have been filed so far that will try to convince a judge that there's enough evidence, at least for right now, to bring formal charges. YouTuber Ruby Franke and her business partner Jodi Hildenbrandt have been arrested for child abuse. Prosecutors now have a few days to file criminal charges.
A judge would be assigned, and it sort of starts the process.
Franke has more than 2.5 million YouTube subscribers, and with that much of a spotlight, criminal defense attorney Sky Lazaro says being in the public eye can be a challenge building a defense.
It certainly makes cases far more difficult when people have put content out or posted on social media.
Makes me think of the Wells, just out of content out.
Things that could be harmful to your defense.
If this case were to ever see a trial, getting child victims to testify against their parent can also be tricky. Lazaro says in many cases, a deal is made prior to getting to that point.
The state doesn't want to put the kids on, to have to talk about it again. Nobody wants to cross-examine them, ever.
According to court documents, Franke's 12-year-old son climbed out of a window of Hildebrandt's home and went to a neighbor's house with duct tape on his wrists and ankles, wounds, and was severely malnourished. Those documents also cite a YouTube video posted to Hildebrandt's channel just 2 days before the women's arrests.
My hope for the children is that they will be able to be around positive adults who believe them.
Police say Franke's children are in child services custody tonight. Deandra Brown is a survivor of child abuse and works with Prevent Child Abuse Utah, helping other survivors, and says there is a connection between child abuse and long-term mental health struggles.
And all those things are going to be evaluated throughout this process at the Children's Justice Center.
Yeah, and it's sounding like the older kids have been through a lot, and like I said, the oldest has spoken out about that she's tried to get help from CPS, family services in the past, and it's fallen on deaf ears, which is really sad. So hopefully the younger sibling can be saved from any further harm.
Now, in cases like this, the Department of Children and Family Services will do their own independent investigation in tandem with the investigation that is going on with police and prosecutors. We're live tonight, Jim Speedway, KUTV 2 News.
So I guess we're going to be waiting to see if further charges are brought up against Ruby and Jodi this coming week in court. So hopefully the younger two, obviously they're at the bottom there, the two smaller kids, they're the ones that were mainly affected by this 911 call. And I hope for all these kids' sakes that they can get the help that they need. And it does sound like they all need some counseling from a real caring counselor, not this Jodi Hildenbrandt person who obviously is not what these children need. And it doesn't sound like she's, in my estimation so far from what I'm hearing, she's definitely not she's not a good counselor. So let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments. And with that said, that's all I've got for this one. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.